How's it going today here at Nomad Mobile Automotive Repair? Today we were working on a Ford Ranger. Customer states that they hear a grinding noise when driving and just wanted an overall health checkup on the vehicle. And we're just going to be showing some of the things that we're seeing while we're here. Top side, everything's looking pretty clean and decent. We do notice we have some oil staining right on that valve cover, and we also know that there is some oil on the back of the engine there, so we're going to say that that's leaking down, and we're going to look at the oil leak in just a little bit. But things that we do want to bring up right now, we can see that belt has got cracks in it, as well as the cooling fan has cracks in a lot of places. So definitely get that cooling fan replaced. We don't notice any movement out of that, so we don't think the water pump is necessarily having any issues, but definitely get that fan replaced. When we go underneath, we check the wheel bearings in the front and the ball joints. All those were in good shape, nothing too crazy going on there. Axles in the front look decent, drive shaft looks decent, no play on that or that. We look right there, we can see an oil leak coming from what appears to be the upper oil pan and maybe that drain plug or that block off plug for the oil pan. It's just a bolt for the oil pan. Anyways, lower oil pan I believe is also leaking, but I believe this is all just getting thrown back onto the transmission from the engine. So I don't know if the transmission actually has any leaks at this moment, but it's definitely coated pretty well down here. Not knowing the total severity of it. Now, when we go to the back of the vehicle, the shocks all the way around are pretty rusted out, but you know, it's not going to be as much of a safety concern as your brakes are going to be for sure. But over here, these brakes look okay. The pad amount looks pretty thick. Like, that looks like it's a pretty brand new pad. I really can't say those pads are worth changing. On this side, there's nothing too crazy going on here. When we look at the inside of the drum, we can see a nice scorch mark from something, and I don't totally know what that's from. Something may have gotten caught in these at some point and they just reused the drums. But if we come over to this side, we just found that chilling in there, and I'm gonna say pretty confidently that that's the reason why that is in fact leaking, why it's grinding. We did notice there's maybe a little bit of movement and a little bit of weeping out of the axle seals, so that's something that if those axle seals and or those bearings go bad, usually you'll have a lot of fluid coming out of that, and that's how you kind of know that it's completely gone and needs to be replaced. But I'm not saying that, so I don't know if there's too much to look into the grinding noise past the fact that we know that we have a piece of metal rolling around in that drum. But other than that, vehicle's in pretty decent shape. Can't see too much else going on with it. Thanks so much for joining. This is Nomad Mobile Repair.